Supervisor Colfax. Part of the reason these signs are getting more expensive is now we pretty much have to put a computer on board that we can program to where they just shut off at a certain speed and don't indicate a speed anymore because of what you, the incident you.
I thought they weren't working when I drove by.
No. But that drives their cost up even more.
I have to concur. I was wondering that myself, so.
I always look the other way, so I don't know.
Only kidding.
Supervisor Delbar, I believe, was next. Okay, Supervisor Pinches.
Yeah, you know, first of all, and it is quite a bit of money for signage, but Supervisor Delbar brought out, this is a kind of certain special circumstances. And actually, I hope that the traffic's going to be greater, because I hope that people are going to go out there and start using the recreation capabilities with some water in the dam. So I support this with the BLM input. But, you know, Supervisor Colfax brings up a good point, and so does Mr. Parker, about, you know, what are the priorities here. We do have some issues, and we get a lot of more use on these rural roads, and there's, where there used to be when I was a kid, 2 people living on a road, now there's 50, and so the issues of speed limits and all that is something that, but it's nice to hear that we do have the ability in-house to put up some signage, and maybe without doing studies, just some, what you would call, I guess, traffic calming measures, you know, because I got a couple issues, actually, that I've been meaning to talk to you about, Howard, about things, so I wouldn't want to talk to you about, hey, some signage and then voting against this, but I think that it shouldn't say let's be fire safe. It should say just be fire safe instead of do anything less. I'm not a major in English, but I do know that much. Anyways, getting back to my 3rd grade education. So that's enough for me.
Best 2 years. Supervisor Smith.
No, Supervisor Delbar was next.
Well, Mr.
Please.
Chairman, in regard to the, let's see how fast we can go. We talked about that in the committee, and that was the upper limit that can be programmed of the sign to shut off. So hopefully that addresses that issue to the degree we can. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I'd make the recommended motion.
And I would second that, and my comment through the chair is this absolutely is a special circumstance. I think it's the only place in Mendocino County where you're directly going in on a very narrow residential county road into a national recreation area. And the statistics that I've gotten through being on a BLM Resource Advisory Committee, which really surprised some of the members last time because it was explored with a new group, is it's going up 400% per year. So all we're going to see is increased use and increased use every year, and hope that by the time they get the other access in, that we're still going okay with our preventative and safety measures. So I'd like to second the motion.
Just a comment, Mr. Chair.
Sure.
Bell Springs Road has all of those situations and more combined. It has access to the national forest. It has access to BLM lands. So this isn't the only road.
We want to slow them down on Bell Springs. We just don't fill the potholes.
Just what I wanted to hear.
And if I can chime in here, actually there are funding sources on Bell Springs Road that we could employ to put in such signs. Maybe alternative funding mechanisms, but there are still funding mechanisms on Bell Springs Road.
Not many of us up there know how to read.
So we do have a motion and a second to approve the recommended action. Any additional comments? If not, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Opposed.
Passes on a 4-to-1 vote with Supervisor Colfax dissenting. I'd like to take a quick 8-minute to 10-minute bio break, and please excuse our untimeliness for this next agenda item, but we do need to take a quick break.